This podcast contains explicit content.
Dissecting the news, one tangent at a time. This is Hardly Focused.
Why don't those stupid idiots let me in their crappy club for jerks?
Hello, everybody. Hi. This is Hardly Focused. That's who we are. Wouldn't you know it? In a couple days, it's going to be the anniversary of our podcast. Our 12th anniversary. 10 years as Talk Radio Meltdown, 1 year as Hardly Focused. We're approaching our second year because I believe Mike and I recorded the first episode of Hardly Focused around the same... I think we released it on our anniversary.
I believe we did.
Yeah, we released it on April 1st, 2020. So, happy birthday to us, I guess. Yeah.
Cake.
Pie.
I'm going to do this all show. Cake. just one sentence.
To follow up on what we were talking about before we started recording, were you guys able to hear anything better with the new board compared to the previous setup when that bed was playing?
It sounded good.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, good.
I'll bring up anytime it sounds shitty. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
Jack, you suck. The audio's good though.
I'm so happy I have a sound bank right in front of me at my disposal. I don't need to search through I still can, but I don't need to actively search through a Winamp playlist anymore to bring up the funnies.
And you're so smooth at it too. Like if I did it, I'd be like, "Hey, hang on! No, I got the perfect thing. Wait, say that thing again."
Let's see if I throw my camera out of focus by showing you this. But the nice people at Rode include in the Rode Procaster Pro package a few of these.
Shiny.
So for those not watching us, it is a card that you put on the sound bank, and you can actually list the sound bites. You can actually label them. So so that way I know where everything is. I tried to memorize it for the first couple days. And was just blindly pressing buttons, and I'm never going to make the connection that the yellow pad, for example, is this. It needs to be written down. So, cool. Well, first and foremost, in the last episode, I got distracted because there was wind outside. If you remember.
Oh yeah.
I believe we talked about did we talk about the wind on air like last month or a month ago, or was that afterwards?
That was the last episode we did, or a couple episodes ago.
No, but that was recently too. Yeah.
Yeah. The other day, 2 days ago, that fucking wind came back.
It did. And it can, in the entire city that I live in, it was without power.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep.
Damn.
I took an entire tree and just went, "Hey, how's it going, wires?" Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Damn.
Yeah. And it was, luckily the lights were already off in the kids' bedroom, but they have a little sound machine to kind of keep them calm.
Yeah.
And that went dark. Mama, what happened? Don't you worry. You're fine. Go to bed. So we had to make sure that the other lights weren't already on, so that if they did come on unexpectedly and a door was opened, it wouldn't be blinding light to people. All right, which? Okay, click. Okay, I think that's the one. Crap, there's 3 lights. There's 3 switches for this light. Oh God, is it already on or is it already off? Oh God.
That's insane, dude. That reminds me of last summer. We had, I don't know if it was a hurricane that came up here, but it knocked the power out for me for almost an entire day.
Did it rock you like a hurricane?
I forgot about that.
It was 18 hours, dude.
Yeah.
All the shit in my fridge and my freezer went bad.
Yep, I was gonna say. Actually, the freezer, if you leave it closed, I was actually, because Sarah was worried about it, so I'm like, let me Google it. So according to the CDC guidelines, because apparently the CDC actually has guidelines on this.
Of course they do.
4 hours. If you leave your fridge closed, anything in there is good for 4 hours. Anything that is in that fridge after 4 hours, eggs, meat, all that stuff. The veggies you can probably get away with because they're vegetables, but like any of that meat and cheese and eggs, milk out, kind of out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Not literally. And then a deep freezer, if you've got the actual freezer, a hard freezer, up to 48 hours.
Interesting.
If it's full.
If it's full. Okay.
If it's half full, only 24.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
You know, some people don't put their eggs in their refrigerator.
Well, it depends on what country you're from.
Okay.
If you have eggs outside of the U.S., they're not ultra pasteurized, so they still have their little protective layer outside the actual egg. So you can leave eggs at room temperature for weeks on end and you're fine. Because the U.S. washes, like it does a heavy wash, it washes that protective layer off the egg, so the egg has to be refrigerated.
The more you know.
Yeah. So yeah, like if you buy eggs from like a local, like, chicken pooper, whatever people call that have their own chickens.
A farm?
Chicken poopers.
No, like, not like a farm. Like people like backyard. I got like 4 chickens in my backyard kind of thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Like those chickens, they're not washed. It's just like, hey, here's your eggs. You're good to go. You can leave them out, whatever, no problem. And apparently if there's like 100-year-old thing where you put them in like salt or something like that, like you put them in like a basket of salt, and they last like half of forever, basically. So but yeah, that's the same thing with our milk too. We ultra pasteurize our milk, and we can't have it shelf stable. Like apparently Canadians get it out of a bag, and other people buy milk off of a shelf, like in the random middle of the aisles.
Interesting.
In Europe, yeah.
We're the weird ones.
Well, I found out
we're not weird. We're the only ones that use the American system.
Well,
metrics.
I found out that I don't know how to read. So
that's always been true.
So at Shaw's, I've been purchasing milk, like half-gallon milk in a carton, and noticed that the expiration date was always like a month out. And thinking to myself, this is great. I'm just going to buy it in the carton from now on, assuming it has to do with like the light in the refrigerator hitting it, causing it to go bad more quickly. So when you buy it in the carton, it doesn't do that. Just like a couple months ago, it dawned on me, this whole time I've been buying lactose-free milk. But
wow,
I also don't feel miserable after drinking milk since I've been buying this stuff. So
you're actually lactose intolerant. You just found out accidentally.
I guess. I don't know.
Kidding me?
Really great.
It's got to be like a touch of it, because like I still eat a lot of dairy. I still have like ice cream and cheese and
cheese is different, especially if it's a hard cheese. Hard cheese lacks the amount of lactose that it would normally have in milk.
Yeah.
Like a soft cheese like mozzarella still has a lot of lactose in there. But yeah. You're lactose intolerant.
Oh man, I'm just like what was Keenan's character on all that? It wasn't Superman. Oh, what was it? Because his arch enemy was the milkman, and
yes,
and Keenan was lactose intolerant. That's how I learned about that.
Oh, dude, fucking nostalgic.
Yeah.
So how much more is the lactose free half gallon? Is it like double the cost?
No, it's like usually I think it's like $3 or something. It's not. I mean,
for a half gallon?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's double the cost. All right.
Yeah, but it's not bad. I mean, it lasts a while.
My gallons of milk are like $3 or less. So yeah,
like
$3.50. Yeah,
I can get a while out of it. I don't drink a lot of milk. I usually use it for like cooking.
Well, that makes a difference too. If you're not using a lot, like buying a half gallon and having it go bad after a week and a half, you're like,
that's a waste of money. I would absolutely not do that. When I was buying, before I started buying, inadvertently buying the lactose free stuff. I was buying like the quarts. Those are the tiny ones.
Yep.
Because like even quarts, I would just push it because I very rarely drink. But I use it for cooking. That's why. Like, especially if I'm cooking like breakfast, right? Like I always put, like, if I'm cooking eggs, I always put milk in it.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Like, this isn't a segue, by the way. This is going to sound like a segue, but I promise it's not meant to be a segue.
Okay.
Segue.
Putting milk in things.
Okay.
Do you guys put milk in your cereal?
No.
Yeah. I mean, not that I really eat cereal much anymore, but yes.
Okay.
And what the hell? I mean, obviously we know why Jack doesn't because he's lactose intolerant. But
No,
I mean-
I never liked it. I never liked the concept of. I don't like eating soggy cereal. I prefer having it
gets
dry.
soggy.
so
Yeah.
what do you do?
Just eat it. It's like Chex Mix.
Yeah.
No. You eat like breakfast cereal dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like frosted mini wheats, you would pop dry.
I've had them dry. Yes.
I've had them wet too.
Oh my God. I'm collaborating with psychotic. What the fuck is wrong with you? Have to have milk with those things. My God.
I've now
like Chex Mix.
every once in a while I'll put milk on the side, like in a glass, and I'll drink it along with my cereal, but I cannot.
Like if it was Cheerios, I could understand. But like frosted mini wheats need to get soaked a little bit because my God, that's like
They're like SOS
eating an
pads.
SOS pad. Yeah. Exactly. They need a little bit of resistance removed.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Since we both came up with that conclusion, then it's only fair. But
Okay. Thank you. All right. Like
Okay,
I can
I'll grant
understand.
you that.
What it also. I mean, it's true. It depends on the cereal a little bit. Like kids, I give my kids dry Cheerios, and it's perfectly fine to pop some dry Cheerios in there. They're not getting a bowl of dry Cheerios, but like certain cereals, you just have to have with milk. You have to have a little bit of get it cut, or anything that's chocolate based. If it's chocolate based, fuck you for not putting milk in there. I don't care if it's like Cocoa Krispies, Cocoa Puffs, fruity Cocoa Pebbles, any of the Cocoa Count Chocula, Scott Bakula, any of those. You put milk in there because what you do afterwards is you fucking drink that new chocolate milk that you made.
yeah.
I just can't do it.
Dude, every single time I have cereal, I think of that episode of Doug when they're like Boy Scouts and like they are talking about how they learned how to keep their cereal crunchy in milk. And they never explain it. And that always bothered me. They're like, we've done all sorts of things in the Scouts. We've da-da-da-da-da-da. We even know how to keep our cereal crunchy in milk. And I was like, how do you do it?
Well,
Please.
the Disney version aside, Doug was that show is just laden with mysteries. I mean, on that version, we never saw Skunky Beaumont. We never saw Principal Butt Savage. There was just the nematodes. Where were they?
Is that cherry frosted nematodes?
That show is just a lot of unsolved mysteries. And then once Disney picked them up, then some of those mysteries started to be solved, but we just don't talk about that version.
I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Disney version is just not
Right.
not good.
Real.
Yeah.
Not real.
One might argue that the Disney version of the show is like eating cereal without milk.
It very well sounds like it's accurate right there. That analogy.
It's just something I've always done my whole life. And like every time I've tried to eat cereal with milk, I just can't do it. I was on a podcast a few months ago called The Frosted Side with a buddy of mine, Dave Morrison. And the whole premise of that podcast is to, it's like reliving the Saturday mornings of old, eating cereal and watching Saturday morning cartoons. So in that episode, we discussed my favorite Saturday morning cartoon, the old Sonic the Hedgehog series, the second animated series. And I was told like I had to have breakfast cereal there, and I'm like, I don't eat breakfast cereal, so like what the fuck? And then I'm at the supermarket and I see that they have Frosted Flakes with marshmallows in them, and I'm thinking to myself, this is a horrific combination, so let's try this. I found out it's actually really good, but this is also coming from someone who doesn't put milk in it. And if you listen to that episode that I'm on, you can hear like we're discussing Sonic the Hedgehog while eating the cereal, and you can just hear me loudly crunching in the background because there's no milk to soften it.
Well, see, there we go. That's another reason why you gotta have milk with cereal, because you're the asshole that ruins the EQ levels on a podcast now.
Does it do anything to the marshmallows like in Lucky Charms? Like,
I don't know, because I've never been a marshmallow in cereal kind of fan. Like
Okay.
if I'm gonna have a sugary cereal, the cereal itself is gonna be sugary as opposed to regular cereal with marshmallow.
It kind of makes them like slimier on the
Yeah.
outside, but like they still have that crunch.
Okay.
They don't unless you are like a really slow eater, your marshmallows are still good to go.
Okay.
But
A really slow eater.
like molasses.
Well, you asked Nate about putting milk and stuff when we were talking about cereal. Just recently I started putting milk in because I'm picky with my eggs too. The only type of egg, like for a long time, I just didn't eat eggs.
With the incredible edible egg?
And with the exception of the Reese's eggs, because I've been buying those like a motherfucker lately.
I make a 3-egg omelet out of those every day, man. I gotta say.
No milk needed.
No, that's the time you can put milk on the side, let me tell you, is when you do a 3-egg omelet of Reese's eggs. Oh, God.
So-
Hello, coronary.
So almost 10 years ago when I was in the hospital for a week, every morning, they bring you food. And every morning it was scrambled eggs and realizing, well, it's either this or try to have someone smuggle food in for me.
Isn't it more fun to have somebody smuggle food in you? I mean, just
People did that for me, but like I'd be waking up super hungry because also when you're stuck in a hospital for any extended period of time, they feed you on the elderly schedule. So like you get your breakfast at 6 a.m. Yeah, 6 a.m. breakfast comes by, and then like 4 p.m. is when they bring dinner. So every day, like it was scrambled eggs, and I'm like, all right, like I'm just gonna force myself to get into these, and ended up developing a taste for it. Just recently, I started adding milk to them and realized what a difference that makes. Mm-hmm. And a couple of weeks ago, ran out of milk, cooked some eggs, didn't have milk, and realized I cannot eat these without milk. I have to add milk to these now every time I cook because there's just it just the way it changes the consistency makes them fluffier. It's so
now. Have you been using the lactose-free milk the entire time, or have you changed your milks recently?
Lactose-free the entire time.
Okay, all right.
Now, off air, if I can find it, I'll show you guys the labels for the Shaw, because I buy the Shaw's brand. Like Shaw's, they pay like their own local distributor. I'll show you the labels because the labels, it's the exact same label for both the lactose-free and the regular. The only difference is the lactose-free is in small-ass text.
It's got that little star, like the asterisk.
Yeah.
And then it's like not real milk.
Yeah, it's like the label.
Not real milk. Fake milk right here.
It's like if you're looking at like Hood brand milk and then you look at like the Lactate or whatever. Two very different looking labels.
Yeah.
But the store brand, they're doing almost the Repo Man, where Repo Man was using the generic labels. It's almost like that. So, wow.
I like milk. I like milk sometimes. Sometimes I don't. It can make the broth of the cereal, if you will, taste pretty good. Don't recommend
Cereal broth. Ugh.
I mean, let's face it. Cereal is just soup in the morning.
I mean, your description is not entirely inaccurate.
Okay, it's just weird.
It's just weird.
I mean, that's me.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like you're actually, yeah. It's like it is. It's like a cold. It's cold soup. Yeah. So, is that a bisque? Is that what cold soup is called? What is that?
I suppose so. It's like a stew.
Borscht.
I guess maybe like
a borscht. Yeah.
Is it borscht?
Yeah.
Borscht just sounds like Eastern European.
Yeah, well, the only reason I know borscht is for two reasons. There's the Rugrats, because they discovered that borscht is the only way to get the smell of
gazpacho.
Gazpacho. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
Gazpacho.
So borscht is used to eradicate the stench of skunk if you got sprayed, because that's what happened to Chucky Finster. And it was Dee Dee's parents who were like the generic elderly Jewish couple that knew how to remedy that. And then I think it's gazpacho I learned from The Simpsons, because when they're doing the pig roast and Lisa becomes a vegetarian, she's like, here, don't eat the pig. I made gazpacho. It's tomato soup served ice cold.
Yeah. So apparently borscht can be served hot or cold.
Okay.
Oh.
But yeah, lots of beets. beets in there in the borscht.
Okay. Oh, circle back to Doug. The beets.
See, yep, comes full circle.
Killer tofu.
Ayo.
And tofu ain't bad as long as you slather it in some sort of sauce.
Tofu's bad once you completely mask the taste of tofu.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have tofu in milk.
Well, Kate was a vegetarian for a long time, so just to be nice. But then I just discovered I enjoyed it. Ate a lot of vegetarian stuff, and in tofu, like I said, it's not bad, but you can't
doctor it up.
Yeah, you can't just eat it by itself.
It's just a weird texture. Like it's like a marshmallow texture, but it doesn't taste like marshmallow, so it like kind of throws me off.
Yeah, it's a good
I don't
point.
hate it.
Well, you wouldn't put marshmallows in a salad, right? Like, I mean, you could, but
I mean, you could.
If it's a Lucky Charm salad, why wouldn't you put marshmallows in a Lucky Charm salad?
Like a Jell-O salad right there, right?
Yeah.
if I had my own restaurant, I would do that, combining salad and cereal. Can you imagine?
I can.
Oh man,
It's like croutons.
it's like croutons, sugary croutons.
Yeah. I'm going to throw this out there for anybody who's listening. If you see, I don't know if they still have it because I haven't been in a store for about a year, but if you see Sour Patch Kids cereal, please run because that is not, it's not good. And that's one of those cereals that
It's not good.
I would eat without milk, no milk, because it's sour and it turns into, your milk should not be sour.
Yeah, no, sour milk is literally your body saying, this is bad milk.
Yes.
Please don't drink this. You're going to die. I don't want to deal with this on the crapper for the next 2 days. Don't drink this. Don't drink this. Oh, God.
So on a whole, I would just avoid it. But if you have to, eat it dry.
Yeah,
And that's my advice.
I'm still looking.
I mean, the fact that you're eating Sour Patch Kid cereal is probably problem number one.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, I gotta try weird stuff. I'm the guy who gets like the like jalapeno flavor ice cream just to see what happens.
I had jalapeno soda once. You could get that at Trader Joe's.
That sounds great.
Yeah, I remember enjoying it. It sounds disgusting, but I liked it. Every time I go to the store,
cereal.
every time I go to the store, I look for the Chips Ahoy that have Sour Patch Kids in them because apparently
Chips Ahoy with Sour Patch.
I've seen pictures of it and I can't tell if it's just like bad Photoshop or if it's a real thing.
Dude, they were putting Sour Patch Kids in everything though, so they probably did that. Like there was like Sour Patch Kid ice cream, Sour Patch Kid Pop-Tart.
I could see more of a chance at it being in an Oreo than a Chips Ahoy though, because Oreo is like at this point putting fucking
Lady Gaga
everything.
in.
Yeah,
They put Lady Gaga in.
they literally put Lady Gaga herself in the cookie.
Yeah, so Sour Patch Kids doesn't seem that.
Finally got to eat Lady Gaga. Yeah.
All right.
So do we want to address the list of since we're talking cereal, like the what's going on with Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
Let's do that after the break.
Oh.
Ooh, big market tease. Yeah. Well, first, we have Hardly Shuffled, so we will have that coming up for you. Stick around.
Hardly focused.
I was riding my bike around the circle and this kid runs out of the house, throws a stick with a nail in it at my bike, pops the tire. I look at him and go, dude, what? And he just goes, is it hot in here or is it just me? And he runs back inside and closes the door.
Hear more at hardlyfocused.com.
This podcast contains explicit content.
Hardly Focused
presents
Hardly Shuffled.
Hardly Shuffled.
Check out the songs that we are currently listening to.
The Sonder Bombs. You Ain't Enough. Cloud Nothings. Nothing Without You. Royal Blood. Figure It Out. TV on the radio. DLZ. Windows 96. Rituals.
hear more and follow the Hardly Shuffled playlist on Spotify at hardlyfocused.com/shuffled. hardlyfocused.com/shuffled.
You know what happens when you leave a pound of raw hamburger meat in a car in the summertime?
You are listening to Hardly Focused.
Stevie Nicks is the GOAT. She is both the greatest of all time, and she sounds like a goat.
Yeah. Sure, that's where I thought that was going.
And I didn't know that production piece about the raw hamburger meat was going to play, because I have all these things set to play at random. But I'm glad it did, because that ties into the previous segment when we talked about Mike's power going out and then having to worry about everything in his fridge and his freezer spoiling. In the last segment, we also talked about cereal, and we got some cereal news for you here on Hardly Focused, which you can find at hardlyfocused.com, your favorite podcast app, and YouTube at hardlyfocused.com/YouTube. It started off as a meme this past week, and then it spiraled out of control.
So weird.
Yeah. Cinnamon Toast Crunch,
which is on its own a very solid cereal.
Yeah, it's an S tier.
With or without milk?
Well, we already discussed that. Me with milk.
Okay.
Yeah, me with milk too. Sorry, like
because the cinnamon, the milk makes it. Yeah, the cinnamon and sugar right there makes it an awesome milk.
Yeah, S tier cereal, S tier milk.
And then Jack's gonna be like, I take it dry. I put orange juice in it because I'm psycho.
When I was little, I actually convinced my dad to do this, and I think he did it because he just wanted to prove that kids are inherently stupid. I remember asking him, "Hey, so we do chocolate milk, right? But what about chocolate juice?" And my dad's like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So he let me take the Nestle Quick. This is back when it was Nestle's Quick, powdered stuff, and
the powdered stuff,
and mix it into a glass of orange juice. And my father's a heathen, and he purchases it with pulp.
Oh God!
And then was like, "Here, drink up, son." And
see, that's where you fucked up. You should have used Tang.
Oh, I should have.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think
in a glass.
I don't even think I knew Tang was a thing back then. But my dad used to buy too was the frozen juice you get in the frozen food aisle. Yeah, he would actually buy that, like make his own juice. I've never, because I used to stock frozen food at Stop and Shop, and I never saw anyone buy that shit. I hated stocking it, and I never saw anyone buy it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Except for my father.
So your father bought all of the stock to make sure you had something to do at night?
He probably felt bad for me. It's like, guy, I'm getting paid by the hour, not by, it's not commission.
Commission-based restocking.
Oh, what a world.
Yeah. There's a, I don't know what you want to call him. I don't even know if celebrity is the right term. His name is Jensen Karp. Now, I know of him because I used to listen to the Kevin and Bean show religiously on K-Rock in Los Angeles. And then for the few weeks it was known as Kevin in the Morning after Bean left before they were unceremoniously fired. By the way, Kevin Ryder, back in radio in Los Angeles, actually doing, he's co-hosting afternoons at K-Rock's competitor, KLOS. And it's been going great. I listen whenever I can. It's been going great. It's like nothing changed. But Jensen Karp was a co-host on Kevin and Bean. I respect the man, but he was not my favorite co-host on the show. But that's how I know him. Everyone else knows him as Topanga's husband.
Yep.
He's
the only thing I know he's done.
Yeah, is Topanga. Yeah, and they have a kid.
He's done Topanga.
Yeah, and this is very clearly like it's almost like a Family Guy scenario, or there's a sketch that Margot Robbie did on SNL where she's like the smoke show with her incredibly nerdy husband who's played by Mikey Day. And
oh yes, Mikey Day. Oh yeah,
yeah. Jensen Karp is like the nerdiest looking Jewish guy, and then he's married and regularly putting it in Topanga, who I've met. She touched me. It was great. She's such a sweetheart. She hugged me. Ben Savage
didn't make it weird at all.
Ben Savage was enforcing social distancing before the coronavirus was a thing. Meanwhile, didn't want to shake hands, didn't want to be near you, but Topanga was all over me and Kate. It was great.
He hasn't washed since.
I smell.
That's the reason.
I smell terrible. So Jensen Karp posts on Twitter earlier this week. He opens up his box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which I think he got from Costco. I don't know. It seems like he bought it in bulk, and he found like crystallized shrimp tails in it when he poured it into a bowl. Shrimp tails came out. He also found that in another box, I think he bought 2 boxes, and another box had like rat droppings in it or something. It was very clearly a health code violation. It was pointing out.
Well, look, not for nothing. There is an acceptable amount of rat feces and mouse feces that is allowed in food by the FDA. You just don't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
It is a non-zero. It is a non-zero number, which makes it disgusting.
Have fun with that, friends.
That's how your immune system gets built up, right?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
So yeah, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. The prize in the box is the rat droppings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they can't do toys anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely why you put it in milk.
My parents. Well, you see, my parents would always talk about like the good old days when you would get like a 45, a tiny little 45 in the cereal box. You'd actually have to cut out, but it would be like a single. You would actually get like music. You would actually get like vinyl records in your cereal box. But
I got Chex Quest.
What did I don't
video
even,
game.
I don't even think I got anything. The only thing I remember getting was it was something you could do with Nickelodeon where it was like a magnifying glass, like a color changing magnifying glass, and they'd ran like some promotion during Hey Arnold where like, hey, hold your cereal box toy up to your eyes while watching this, and you'll see some like hidden images of Paul McCartney getting run over by a bus.
Yep, I remember those.
Good times.
I just got a ring alert. I get these ring alerts all the time. High wind warning. So back to the wind. Apparently we're getting more of it.
Great.
Gusts of 25 to 35 miles per hour.
Oh, that's nothing. It's not even 45 to 50.
No, up to 60.
Ooh.
So
that's almost like speed.
So
I can't let the wind go below 50 miles an hour or else this bus will explode.
Well, hopefully my next door neighbor remembered to put his recycling bins in his garage because he left those out the other day and I saw them traveling down the street.
I actually had that problem. The last windstorm, not 2 days ago, but a couple weeks ago. I didn't actually put my trash out that week because I didn't have a lot of it, but I was like, yeah, my trash can is going to not be here in the morning.
Yep.
I saw someone who very clearly went to the middle of the street and someone decided not to miss it because it was in pieces everywhere. Yeah, it's a good way to blow your tires out.
It's extra points if you hit a...
The worst part is the city gives you like your first one for free. And then they charge you like $20 bucks.
Just like a drug dealer, the first one's free.
So like
hooked.
They give you that shit for free. Take care of it. Because then you're going to have to buy a new one. And then the city won't also, like, if you don't use the green bin that they give you, then they won't take your recycling. It's so stupid.
This is the trash mafia.
Anyway, according to the Wrap.com, Jensen Karp went viral Monday after posting a picture of what appeared to be shrimp tails that he found in his bag of Cinnamon Toast Crunch breakfast cereal. Manufacturer General Mills claimed that they weren't shrimp tails, but actually just masses of accumulated cinnamon sugar that clumped together as a result of the ingredients not being properly blended. Except they very clearly looked like shrimp tails.
Yeah, but the other question is, why the fuck would shrimp be in a fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch factory? Like, that's the only confusing part to me. Like, why?
Shrimp cocktail for lunch?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's the best I got.
Like, did somebody literally have shrimp on their lunch break and sauce the shrimp tails in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch? Like, that's the only way that they'd get in there. It's not like there's a bird's eye factory literally the next line over.
Yeah, true. And to be fair, I don't think he ever tried it. So jury's still out. It could still be good.
No, he made a big
little bitch.
A little bit, yeah.
He made a big deal about sending it to like a lab for testing to actually get it tested and investigated, get the DNA.
Now the question is it legit?
Right.
We don't know.
Like the syringe in the soda bit,
yeah.
Or a couple other things. You're like,
or the lady who found the finger in her chili at Wendy's.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know.
Hand bleeding.
We don't know because Jensen went silent on Twitter a few days ago because
what, Jack?
Because in him pointing, now this is my belief, in him pointing out a genuine health code violation, a genuine concern, he immediately fell victim to cancel culture, as things tend to go in this day and age. It is the most random. Like the two just don't mix. Like, here's the dude like posting on Twitter because it became a PR nightmare. Because like he posted on Twitter, General Mills denies it. He's like, no, it's an actual issue. I like don't like fob me off. This is an actual problem. And then immediately, people start coming out and accusing him for being abusive, manipulative, all the hallmarks of someone who is effectively getting or trying to be canceled.
Yes, but the thing is when you're just passing it off as it's cancel culture, like the stuff that I've read that he's a complete and utter fucking asshole. Like, that's not cancel culture. That's like called comeuppance.
Yeah, I believe, because again, like I said, I respect a man, but I wasn't his biggest fan when he was on Kevin and Bean. So I'm not entirely surprised to hear that this is who he is and what he's like. I mean, would you be a total piece of shit if you were married to Topanga? I would consider that a win. I'd be like, fuck this. I don't need to accomplish anything else in life.
True. That's pretty up there.
Yeah. But I made the mistake of trying to defend the guy on Twitter and got ripped apart for it. Because like just a weird time to start surfacing all of these things against the guy.
Well, I think it's one of those things where I didn't hear this guy before Cinnamon Toast Crunch, right? I mean, You may have because you're a fanboy of Topanga, but I think a lot of people are just like, I don't want to bring up my shit if everybody else is going to shit on me. So I'm just going to be like, you know what? Fuck it. He's out of my life now. I don't want to deal with it. And then people are like, hey, look at this guy. And like, oh, no. Fuck that guy. You're bringing up bad memories. This guy's an asshole. I think that's really what it is.
Yeah.
He's going after Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah. And he's going after Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So it's like, yeah, fair game. Fair game.
S-tier cereal.
Yeah.
So of course we're going to fight back.
And for the record, anyone who's been brought up and called out for things ever since the Me Too movement took off, I don't disagree with any of them, with the exception of Aziz Ansari. And that's because that was proven to be just bullshit. That was someone trying to jump on the bandwagon and calling him out for what effectively was a bad date.
I mean, it's one of those things where there's always going to be that small percentage of, crazy that ends up trying to abuse, a movement or the system.
Yeah.
But you don't want it to then, therefore, delegitimize the 99% of the people. They're like, oh, yeah, I got a legit beef.
Oh, yeah. Like Weinstein was legit. Kevin Spacey was legit.
Yeah.
Then I feel like...
I feel bad for Courtney Love, who called him out 20 years ago, and everyone's like, she's just a crazy drunk bitch.
Yeah.
Who killed Kurt Cobain.
Yeah.
And then like Louis C.K., who I will still enjoy all of his works. I still find him to be a funny guy. It's just one of those things where I just feel weird
Yeah, what he did was fucked up.
Yeah, being a fan, because I don't condone any of the shit that he was accused of doing.
That I have such a hard time with cancel culture. Like, I understand it, but I also am like, what's the point of like ruining somebody's life if like you don't give them like an opportunity to grow and learn?
Right.
Like, I don't know. I understand it completely. Like, it's what they did is fucked up and they shouldn't hold any sort of influential power. But at the same time, it's like they're like, I don't know, it's so tricky, dude. Like, I think rule of thumb is if multiple people come out and start saying like, yeah, this makes perfect sense because this is what happened with me. Like, okay, but like, let's take what happened with Mr. Johnny Depp. Like, what happened with him is a lot of ex-girlfriends were like, Johnny wasn't like that. So it's like, it's different.
Yeah, wasn't Amber Heard like the problem child there?
Oh yeah.
But I'm not saying like she's like guilty and he's innocent. I'm just saying like you have to take that into consideration. Is that a ton of people who dated Johnny Depp were like, that doesn't sound like him at all.
Yeah. Well, that was
like people.
Winona Forever.
Yeah.
That sounds like one of those instances where it's almost kind of like how you very rarely ever hear stories of like women raping men, but it happens, right?
Yeah.
Like you would never.
So exactly. But like it happens.
Yeah. A woman being canceled for assaulting a man. Like, yeah, it's going to happen, but it just also so happens that 98% of these cases that have come out have been women against men.
Well, it's because like men grow up to think that like feelings are weakness, and then the ultimate weakness would be to admit that something like that happened, because like it's like it's terrible and it's like belittling to anyone that it happens to. So it's like if a man would never admit it.
Right.
That's just what it comes down to, because they're raised to not share those types of things.
Right.
Because it would mean that you're less. But I'm saying right now that you're not less if that's happened to you, and I love you.
Thank you, Nate.
There you go. Nate is here and he cares.
I care.
Jack found the right button. All right.
Yeah, I was hoping it wasn't the boo.
Nate's here and he cares. Boo.
Boo. Feelings.
Nate's here and he cares.
Yep.
Anyway, according to this article from therap.com, as Karp's serial saga continued to spread, women began coming forward with stories of their experiences with him, alleging emotional abuse. On Wednesday,
and the thing is, it's not just like relationship, like, hey, I was dating him. It was like, I was a coworker.
Yeah.
Like, the guy's just a fucking douche.
And he's lied in the past, apparently.
And he's not changed his ways recently.
On Wednesday, Melissa Stetton tweeted that Karp is a, quote, manipulative, gaslighting, narcissistic ex-boyfriend who once told me he was surprised I hadn't killed myself because my life was so worthless. She did not specify when she and Karp dated. Shortly thereafter, Stetton responded to her own tweet saying she had been contacted by other women with similar experiences with Karp. Multiple women quoted or responded to Stetton's tweet publicly. Additionally, former colleagues of Karp posted about their time working with him professionally, alleging that Karp had lied to them, stolen from them, and generally contributed to a toxic workplace environment.
Seems to fit the bill.
Yeah, like I said, not a big fan of him. Generally respect the man. Not entirely surprising to hear about this. It's just like, what an opportunity to bring it up. It's just a bizarre turn of events. It was even more bizarre, like seeing people on Facebook posting, pictures of the shrimp tails in the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and then
the memes everywhere,
and then realizing it was Jensen Karp that did it, and I'm like, oh, I know this guy, but not because he's Topanga's husband. And then like 2 days later, all of a sudden, now he has been exposed to the world as a piece of shit. So
I mean, it's not impossible to get weird stuff in your food, as we talked about. I actually got a rock in one of my. I'm not gonna say the brand because I don't want to like be that guy, but I ordered like some chicken fingers and I got a rock in one of the underneath the breading.
You had Charlie Brown on Halloween.
I got a rock. And I messaged them and they did the thing like, we're going to send you a package and you put the rock in there and send it back to us. And I heard that they did the same for him and he was like, oh no, you're trying to get rid of evidence. It's like, you already took pictures and put it online. You're not getting, you know.
Here's Nate.
I got 5 pieces of candy. I got a chocolate bar. I got a quarter. I got a rock.
It's true. Luckily, I didn't break any teeth.
What I like is
like a pebble or like a decent sized like.
Yeah, I mean, it was like
it's a gravel,
you know, like that big. Like
okay.
I'm watching this clip and you can very like when the woman's giving candy out to everybody, you can very clearly see the rock just getting thrown into Charlie Brown's bag. That kid is just miserable. I don't think I can't think of anything bizarre I've ever gotten in food besides like strands of hair.
Is it human hair or rat hair?
Oh God, I would hope it was human hair. I cooked burgers recently, and like after I cooked it, was cutting into one, and just a big strand of hair just in there. Like,
was it your hair?
Unless I have long flowing blonde hair, then no.
Jack dyes his hair. All right.
From my wig.
It's true. I've seen it.
My Wednesdays and Saturday nights are pretty entertaining.
It's his wig to get food.
Yeah.
hair and food.
You see, this whole time I've been dressing up at the supermarket, thinking that that's how I get my discount on stuff, and it turns out no, it's because I just have the discount card. Has nothing to do with my looks.
Nope.
So there you go. Jensen Karp, piece of shit because he found shrimp tails in his Cinnamon Toast Crunch. He has gone silent on Twitter since this came up. He hasn't posted anything since that happened. So we will never know what the outcome of his DNA testing was.
So there's something to be said about this whole story. If you are a liar, then never try to come forward with something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you know what's going to happen.
And we're all pieces of shit. You know, we've all done terrible things. Like it just because
some pieces of shit are bigger than others.
Because of the internet now. Yeah, now because of the internet, like this is just I guess you're just at risk now. Like someone could always just call you out for having been wronged.
I mean, it's part of the reason why I'm a little bit scared to get like popular and like, you know, kind of famous.
Yeah,
you know,
because
hardlyfocus.com/Nate.
Apparently Nate's got some really, really big skeletons in his closet.
No, I was just a weirdo in high school.
Oh, me too.
That's basically it. Like I realized like recently that a lot of my issues were OCD and I had no idea. But I basically was like, I thought that people would only care about me if I bought them stuff. So like I would show up to school with like gifts for people, usually women, because I got along better with women than men. And I thought that's the way that you got people to like you.
Is this why you always bring cookies over every time you come to my house?
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I just thought that was the way that you're like, if you don't do that, then people won't like you. It's like a weird thing.
Yeah, I mean, I super appreciate it. I'll never say no.
I'm not going to say, I'm not going to stop you.
Listen, I have learned in my time, as I'm glancing at my Instagram and this super hot chick that plays golf. Have you seen this chick? Her name's Paige Spiranak, I think. Spiranak? Oh, she's a babe. I call her Pancakes because she's stacked. I have done and said a lot of terrible things in my time. I own up to it. I've apologized to people. I'm cognizant of it. And now that
You said it to pancakes?
I said, yes, I apologize to pancakes regularly.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I forgot her name. All I could remember was pancakes. I was going to look her up. But then
just look
you
up
said
like
pancakes, and then I started thinking about pancakes. And I was
look
like,
up Paige the golf girl. That's her thing. I mean, she's
the golf girl.
She's a phenomenal golfer. She is just incredibly beautiful too. Ooh, AG does podcasting. Ooh.
Jack just went from 6 to midnight.
yeah, she's pretty.
Yeah,
I wouldn't kick her out of bed.
I would buy her a nice steak dinner and then call her back.
Oh, all right.
She's got really nice eyes.
Yes, the eyes.
Eyes and thighs.
That's me.
Yes. Well, now that I have, an income and a mortgage and other important things to worry about, I'm still an angry young man, but I try to keep it in check. Let's put it that way. But yeah, that's just that's just the day and age that we now live in.
Yep.
Yeah. So
isn't it great? Isn't it a beautiful time to be?
No, it's not. It's terrible, especially in the last year and a half.
What happened?
Well, I'll tell you what happened very quickly. You mentioned going from 6 to midnight. I don't have that problem because I'm a victim of pollution.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
See.
According to Sky.com, human penises are shrinking because of pollution, according to a scientist. Not
That's
scientists, just one
So
scientist.
you went from 6 to 6:30. Got it. All right.
Like 6 to 5.
So it's not our fault.
According to this article, penises are shrinking and genitals are becoming malformed because of pollution. An environmental scientist has warned in a new book detailing the challenges facing human reproduction. Dr. Anthony Fauci writes Dr. Shauna Swan writes that humanity is facing an, quote, existential crisis in fertility rates as a result of fatality, not fatalities.
Phylactery?
Friend?
Fiduciary?
Fiduciaries.
Falafel? What's going on?
I mean, it sounds like fatalities. I don't know how to fucking pronounce this word. Phtalates.
Phthalates?
Phthalate? I don't know.
Yeah, it's PAF. Yeah.
I use Google and
Phthalates.
I click the thing that has the speaker, or I go to the pronounce
It is
channel on YouTube.
Phthalates.
Phthalates. Okay.
Yeah.
A chemical used when manufacturing plastics that impacts the hormone-producing endocrine system. I should have just said that.
Just cut it out and we'll copy and paste.
As a result of this pollution, a growing number of babies are being born with small penises, Dr. Swan writes. Cool.
Now, is it actually pollution?
So she's checking out she's checking out baby peen on the reg. So that's
oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, that sounds normal.
It's for science, I swear.
Her book, titled Countdown, examines, quote, how our modern world is threatening sperm counts, altering male and female reproductive development, and imperiling the future of the human race. I mean, look at everything else that's gone wrong in the last few decades.
Yeah, it's true.
Got people claiming that climate change isn't real. Well, now we're going to have people claiming that male shrinkage isn't real.
Unless this is the thing that actually makes everybody finally admit that there's climate change.
This is just QAnon.
What a twist.
Yeah. You want your kids to have small penises? No, I believe in climate change now. We got to fix it. We have to solve the small penis problem.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. This has never happened to me before. It's just
the environment.
Yeah.
I'm better than you. I'm funnier than you. And guess what? I got a huge dork.
I disagree with that because of pollution. Because of the thing I cannot pronounce. The chemicals used when manufacturing plastics.
Phthalates.
Why is he such a jerk to everybody? Because he has a very, very small penis.
Brought forth by pollution.
It's true.
So, Hey, you know what? As to quote someone on Reddit, I finally have an excuse. Like an excuse I can use, right?
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. I didn't.
You've always had excuses.
Yeah. An excuse that actually comes from a doctor. On the Ack and Jack show the other day, Ack and I were talking about reluctance, like when you're at the doctor's office, the reluctance to bring up things either because you're like self-conscious or because you're a nervous wreck. And this is me just reiterating, if you heard that podcast, this is me reiterating it again. The nurse practitioner who I regularly see is an absolute smoke show, yet she administers my physical exams. So, usually I always want to tell her, hey, it's cold in here.
No excuse.
No,
it's not that cold.
Next time I see her, I'm like, you'll have to excuse me. I'm a victim of pollution.
Okay. So I just got a physical by a new doctor, and she told me they don't do that anymore.
They don't do what?
So,
well, I guess I'm finally getting some action then. All right.
I guess so. She's like, yeah, it's better for you to just check yourself. And I'm like, what am I looking for? Well, okay.
Explains why she always, after she examines me, she always goes, I have a boyfriend. To which I say, well, I don't know what that has to do with making sure I don't have ball cancer.
Yep. I'm right there with you. Can't pronounce shit.
All right.
If it was anything other than testicular cancer, I don't think I would have laughed as hard.
Man, I just remember that when I was in 6th grade and I didn't know what it was. It was Tom Green had it.
Yes.
Testicular cancer. And I was like,
rub your balls, feel your balls for cancer.
He's got like tubular cancer or something.
Is that
and
why
everyone's like, ha ha ha, tubular?
So is that why he's not funny?
His humor was in his balls.
I met him AAF. I met him twice, and the first time I met him, like I hung out with him, I got a picture with him, like okay, whatever. And then the second time he came in, I remember letting him into the studio, and I think I just said without even thinking, "Oh, great, it's you."
Oh, how'd that go?
I didn't talk to him that day. I didn't realize what I said. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go back in my room here and close the door, and I'll just pretend you're not here. All right. We'll talk about cybersex coming up. Stick around.
Dissecting the news, one tangent at a time. This is Hardly Focused.
This podcast contains explicit content.
Am I going to work there much longer? No, I'm not going to work there.
Hardly Focused.
I'm a driver. I'm a winner. Things are going to change. I can feel it.
We are Hardly Focused. Thank you for checking us out. We're at hardlyfocused.com. We're on your favorite podcast app. We are on YouTube at hardlyfocused.com/YouTube. This band, Hum, who were known in the 90s for a one-hit, Stars, surprise released a brand new album last year, and it is all sorts of phenomenal and fantastic. And this is one of those songs. But yes, just remember, if you feel you've lost the train to Mars, just go outside, go out back, count stars.
Yep. My band covered that song.
Oh, really?
It was fun.
Yeah.
It's an underappreciated song, I think.
It is, yeah.
It's one of those songs where, like, if I bring up Hum and I bring up, like, just if I said, like, oh yeah, this band Hum, they had a song in the 90s called Stars. It was like, it was a hit. But that was then people are like, what? And if I just say that line from the chorus, if I say she thinks she missed a train to Mars, she's out back counting stars, people are like, oh, that song. Yeah. I used an older Hum song too as our closing music bed for a very long time. They're a very good band. They're one of those bands that, like, I feel there are some bands that just write music with the intent of having their songs turned into music beds.
Yeah, I felt that way too about, like, Muse, like older Muse.
Yeah.
Like a lot of their stuff, you just take out the vocals and it's like trailer stuff.
Well, even like Rage Against the Machine and Audio Slave, same exact thing.
Yeah.
There was a channel that we featured a couple episodes ago here on Hardly Focused called Found Footage Festival, which has a lot of bizarre shit on it. And the video that we watched a couple weeks ago was a dollar bills discount world up in New Hampshire.
Out of Derry, New Hampshire.
So I decided let's keep this channel in the back of our pockets in case it's a slow news week and we need something. I can't spell the word pollution. I suck. I'm trying to spell pollution. How do you spell P? Oh, there's an O.
Potion.
Yeah, there we go. I was spelling it Pull. I'm like, why doesn't this look right? I said let's keep this channel in the back of our pockets in case it's a slow news week. So here's another gem that I found from there, a quick one. I'm going to take a guess that this is from the 90s, and it's called How to Have Cybersex on the Internet. Here we go.
A tutorial.
You've heard of
Is this on
computer
VHS?
sex, but is there really
Oh yes, and you can hear the like that sound, like that hiss in the background that only comes from
You
VHS.
gotta flick that tracking knob right there to make sure that the the line's there.
My parents had this belief growing up that we were not to own anything that was new out of the box. It had to be owned. And my father especially likes to just fish technology out of dumpsters, like computers. It wasn't until like I was I think I was a teenager where I like saved up and got my own like pre-built computer because I was sick of my dad being like, "Hey, I found this 10-year-old 386 in dumpster at work. Here, you can have it." I'm like, this thing can barely run Windows 1.0. Nothing uses DOS anymore, Dad. Sorry.
Nope.
And one of the things was a VHS player that just like the thing just needed a hammer taken to it. The tracking knob, just like there was no way you could watch anything and not have it just constantly look like the scrambled pay-per-view channel. And my dad's like, "It's fine. You got to fiddle with the tracking knob." I'm like, "No, I'll tell you what will fix this thing: dismantling it, and then setting it on fire."
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I digress. You said tracking knob and it triggered me.
I mean, like you paused it at a great image.
Hey, she's no pancakes.
Yeah.
But you know who isn't a pancakes? Lucy Robson.
Lucy Robson. Who's that?
Another golfer.
Hold on.
Jack is going to turn into a golf fanatic.
It's true.
Sports. Lucy Robson. No, that's Mark Ronson. No.
Slightly different look. Slightly different look.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I would say that she is I'd say that she's the Coke to Paige Spiranax's Pepsi.
All right.
Yeah. But you know what? I like both Coke and Pepsi, so there we go.
Now he just needs to find his tab.
Yeah, find my Royal Crown Cola.
Okay.
Anyway, back to our topical discussion here: how to have cybersex on the internet. Speaking of, okay, more of this.
You've heard of computer sex, but is there really such a thing? Absolutely. Having sex with an online partner is easy to learn. I'll show you how to reach a cybersex climax. We'll also visit others who have mastered the art of one-handed typing. So let's get started.
Oh, wow. It's so matter of fact.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh,
and we're going back to
charm.
we're going back to the days of like Netscape Navigator.
Realtime/net.con.
.con.
Not .com. .con.
I'm going to take a guess that this is either 100% staged or they didn't want to put a real web address in there. So,
possibly.
And I mean, if this is the 90s too, don't forget in the 90s, you actually had to put in HTTP :
// www.
Yeah, you had to do the whole thing.
Yeah, as opposed to like just that's automatic and everything now.
Remember AOL, their keywords? Like AOL would always have the keywords so you didn't have to type in the full URL.
Oh, yeah. Keyword, buh.
Keyword, cybersex.
Yeah.
Okay, more of this.
So I'm just kind of gonna get a general idea of who's here, what's going on. Now let's see if we can find someone interested in having a little cybersex. I'm gonna put, I'm very horny. And I'm looking for some good cybersex.
Took her that long to type cybersex?
It's the Y and the X. You got to go back and forth with the fingers. Yeah,
I just love how loud the keyboard is too.
Oh, good old fat like mechanical clickety clacks.
Yep, those old IBMs.
Oh yeah.
I work with a guy who in our IT is like the head of our IT department at work, and he actually uses like the old school IBM.
He refurbs them because that's how he likes to type.
Yeah, my dad, when he fished out a dumpster computer for me, it had that IBM clickety clack keyboard. And then I saw this IT dude using one. I'm like, holy shit, you're giving me nightmares. That keyboard predated the Windows key.
That's too old.
Yeah.
How did you get to Windows?
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
All right, more of this.
You had to use your mouse. Oh my god.
One-handed typing. All right, here we go.
Are you interested?
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Did not see that coming.
She went from shirted to shirtless very quickly.
That's why it took her so long to type.
Oh. Because what she was doing is the right hand was typing, and then she had to take her left hand out of the sleeve, and that's
we figured it out.
Yeah. Of course, her pants are still on, and I don't know. I thought you'd be doing a little bit of DJ diddles down there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Her bra is a little weird too.
I mean, unless she's very sensitive in the nipple area, and she gets off doing that. I don't know. No judging. Just saying.
If you're not watching this at hardlyfocus.com/YouTube, in between. Like they'll show her typing, and then they'll show her doing the Doogie Howser, what's typing on screen, and then they go back
3 seconds later.
Yeah, they go back, and all of a sudden she's not wearing a shirt, and her tits they got like the little sensor bar on her tits. It's just the shirt just disappeared.
Yep.
It's like
In
Millhouse.
other words,
Millhouse
all
in the
you audio listeners, just watch the YouTube video.
She's Millhouse in the fitting room. My shirt fell off.
Whoops.
You know what would really help is if while she's typing this stuff out, the Doogie Howser theme really was playing in the background.
Oh, I would love that.
Do you have it, please?
I don't think I do. I guess the closest thing I have is the ER theme.
Close enough.
That doesn't really help.
Just because it involves doctors does not mean it's the same thing.
Do you know there's a Doogie Howser like a sequel series coming?
What?
Yeah. It's about a girl she's like a Hawaiian girl named Doogie something. She has a very long Hawaiian last name. We don't need it. We don't need that.
Doogie Onomatopoeia?
We don't need that. We don't need a Wonder Years reboot. I thought the reboot craze came to an end. I thought it ended when we weren't getting a Coach follow-up.
Ooh. I'm so lost of what we're watching right now. Like, is this
you've had censored tits on your screen for like 3 minutes now.
I know, but like, is it like supposed to be like educational, like, or did they put the bar in, or is it porn?
It's educational porn. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
it's called eduporn. Eduporn.
It's edutainment.
Ah,
there we go. All right, let's see if I can try to mash the two of these together. All right, here we go.
I'm very horny. And I'm looking.
Well done.
For some good.
Okay, it works.
Cybersex. Are you interested?
Those are claps.
Okay. And click send.
Oh, she didn't even send it yet, and she already got undressed on top. I thought she was. I forgot. You got to send these things.
Yeah. Got it. Yeah.
Live typing.
Can't just press enter. You got to actually. Yeah, actually press that send button. Always throws me off that Doogie Howser's best friend, by the way, is the same guy who played Daxter in Jack and Daxter. Yes, Mike, I'll pull the video back up. I couldn't multitask. Sorry, I didn't.
Jack, supposed to multitask.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how Zoom would handle me playing 2 videos at once.
Oh, okay.
All right, let me pull.
Well, they made like $400 billion last year for COVID, so I think they can afford to be able to handle it.
We don't know how to do it. All right.
I'm very horny.
I mean, the music might as well be Doogie Howser.
And I'm looking
It's close.
for
See?
some
Shirt
good
on.
Fully, not shirt, sweater.
Yes.
Sweater
Cybersex.
on.
Sweater puppies.
Yep.
Are you interested?
Did you hear that pause between the Cybersex and Are You Interested? That's when she literally whipped off her shirt.
Okay.
In a half second.
Click send. And wait for a response.
Is she gonna have her pants off next? As she's waiting for a response?
Yeah, find out.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. No.
Whoa, but hold on. Let
Yes.
me. Yes.
Yes.
B.
Oh my God! There's a girl. There's a girl. There's a girl. No, really, it's a guy.
You know, I'm kind of disappointed because she didn't do ASL. That's how you do it.
This
Yeah,
is
it's a
pre
start,
ASL.
yeah.
This is pre ASL.
Ooh, yeah. We haven't yet
this is
developed
before.
it. Wow.
What guy name starts with a K?
Kieran?
Kevin.
Kevin. Keith?
There you go. Yep.
Why did I go
Kyle.
with Kieran? What?
All I could think of was Kelly.
What? Hey,
Which
that
is
works.
there you go. It's ambiguous enough. Kinky Kelly and the Sexy Stud, right? Clerks 2, baby. Clerks 2.
Let's see if I can pause this at the right.
And he
It's
puts
called
yes
interspecies erotica.
with lots of S's.
Well, thank you for calling. Well, thank you for calling that out. Where is it?
I'll make sure
Wait
it has
for
lots of
response.
S's.
There you go. Those are some tits.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's it's weird to say it's weirding me out is the fact that she's got her tits out, but she doesn't. She still has her belted pants on.
Yeah, she's also married too. She's got a wedding.
Oh yeah, true. Which is what does she do?
Good,
All right.
good eyes right there. So she's looking for a little side piece on the new internets.
Well, I need some confirmation here.
Which is a series of tubes.
I don't think that's censored bar because this shows up for a split second in the video. I don't think that censored bar is covering her left tit, the one closest to the camera.
It's blurry enough. My God, it's 1992, so I don't know.
Yeah, she's got like a. I'm gonna just say she's got a nip that just like it's skin colored. Yeah, that's a poor censoring job. I'd say like directly under the bar. That's her nip.
She's got natural nude tits.
Yeah, these are they're a bit on the droopy side too, if you will. But yeah, I would say that's a suboptimal censor.
They're still fun bags, right?
That's why this that's why this one shot here was about a split second. Some good underboob though, I would say. That is some
Carrie Underboob.
My favorite country singer.
Okay, wrapping this up. Yeah.
And he puts yes with lots of S's.
You're
That's how
right.
you do it.
That the Doogie Howser theme you could do with or without it. 'Cause that is like generic 90s
oh my God.
Like sitcom music.
Priceless.
Is that it?
That was it?
Oh no, that's it for what you can see. You've got to go to Found Footage Festival for the full video.
I'll tell you this. I went there and
Is it not there?
there is no full video. That was it.
Oh my God, that is beautiful because it's like essentially, this is how you do it. Look, you say, "Are you want to have sex?" And then they say yes. And then he did it.
Apparently they're a snake.
Yeah. Well, there's lots of S's. And then it's like
sneaky snake.
You know what, Nate? This is a pickup line right here.
Have you ever had a dream that you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Oh my God.
I always think that's shorter than it is.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't stop.
Yeah. I was like, did Jack re-edit this? No, that's the legit. Yeah. Wow. I mean, we stumble over our words, but holy crap, kid.
Yeah,
You're the hero.
Now try saying testicular because Jack can't.
Tubular.
All right. All gas, no brakes. Do you want to do that?
Sure, whatever. Fuck it.
All gas, no brakes. We featured them on the pod before. That's Andrew Callahan going around the country and going to oddball conventions and events and interviewing people. Sadly, since the COVID pandemic began, we really haven't gotten too many new all gas, no brakes entries. So I'm starting
kind of tough.
I'm starting from the beginning.
I'm 25 years old.
And in 2019, he went to the Burning Man Festival.
I mean, that's just such a gimme right there.
Yeah. Burning Man, if you don't know what it is, it's just all sorts of bizarre. I don't even know what it is.
If you don't know what it is, I don't know what it is.
Like burning effigies, I don't know. Like women dressed up, and I don't even know what the fuck they're wearing. I know someone who goes to Burning Man like every year that they have it, and she looks like something out of Mad Max,
which is awesome. But it's just Burning Man's just fucking weird.
It's like, what are you doing here? What's the point?
I actually don't know enough about it.
Right.
It's like a desert version of Coachella without the music.
Well, like he's a desert version of Coachella. Like Coachella is in the desert.
The desert, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like Burning Man's more like even more desert. Like it's like on a salt flat, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. It's and if there's, I don't know if there's live music. It's definitely music. It's not like good music.
No, it's you're getting like EDM bands, and you're like, it's just like random house music the guy ports in from.
I think it's just an excuse for people to go into the desert, dress like they just emerged from a Dwemer ruin, and trip on LSD. They seriously look like
you're not wrong.
Yeah, they look like the Dwemer in Skyrim.
To each his own.
Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it. That's not an Elder Scrolls reference, but yeah. So here's Andrew Callahan interviewing people at Burning Man 2019. I have to specify 2019 because we don't know when Burning Man's coming back.
Ah, yes.
Much like everything else in this glorious world in which we currently live. Okay, here we go.
What do your dreadlocks symbolize?
What my dreadlocks symbolize for me, a big thing is strength, like your tribe. Like when you see someone else with dreadlocks, it's kind of like a little appreciation thing. You just look at each other and just like, yeah, dreads for days. This is my tribe.
Like, hey, what's up?
You know that people haven't chosen the default reality. I call it dreadication. There might be like the outside world being like, oh, you need to cut them. Oh, you're dirty. It's cultural appropriation. Oh, you're not allowed to do this. It's like, no, it feels natural.
I actually am a little bit Indian, so I don't know.
Did you take a 23andMe?
No, but my great-grandmother actually married a full-blood Cherokee because I'm born and raised in Arizona.
So what do you do outside of Burning Man?
I'm a senior IT project manager. I work on ERP systems.
Burning Man.
Now, that's the thing about, like I said, people who go to Burning Man, like, generally they seem like upstanding people. Like normal people.
A little slice of freak in there, like, hey, let's let it out.
Yeah, and then they go to Burning Man. Yeah, they spend a weekend, and this is like just what it looks like. Just a lot of neon, a lot of fire, middle of the desert, and just a lot of drugs.
Would you go?
I think I'd go once just to be able to say I went. I really want to go to Coachella if that ever comes back.
Well, yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Coachella, but I don't know about Burning Man. I remember Watch Dogs 2 has a Burning Man mission, which is like that's how I learned about Burning Man, was because of video games. But
that was good enough.
And I'm pretty sure your character trips out on something and then wakes up the next morning and he's just in the desert alone.
I am slightly disappointed that he does not have his trademark oversized suit.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Let's keep watching. Maybe it'll show up. I noticed that.
Like
but
he blends in a lot better. Like he's legit. Like, hey, I'm just trying to get some interviews.
I do like his Tyrannosaur shirt though.
It's good.
Yeah. Okay, more of this. Oh, he's got like cat ears, neon cat ears too. Neon cat ears and some heavy duty like sandstorm goggles.
Well, I mean, you've got to have those where you are, and there could be a sandstorm.
Right.
And not
Rude.
what?
Wait, wrong song. Okay, more of this.
Write it down.
Indonesia.
What is good?
Why is good? It's not good. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah! Burning Man. Burning Man.
Yeah! Fucking loving it.
You're watching all gas, no brakes.
My man's definitely coming out of a vagina.
Yeah.
And for Burning Man, that sounds incredibly normal. Mike, look what he has on his arm.
He has a Vault Boy tattoo.
Nice.
Yeah, that's is that one that gets him extra 50 pounds of carry weight?
That I don't know. That's not strong back. I think strong back. He actually has a backpack.
Yes, it's like that's got the shipping container crate on his back.
We'll have to find out.
It's not Wild Wasteland, is it?
No, I have Wild Wasteland on my chest.
Now I'm like, fuck this video. I want to find out.
Yeah, Wild Wasteland is actually a more accurate representation of Burning Man. All right. Well, while Mike looks that up, here's more of this.
My name's.
Wow, that was that was good timing, as it usually goes. All right, we start re-rack that, as they say.
You're watching all gas, no brakes.
My name's Razma. My first name, which I don't use anymore, was actually ruined by Amazon when people were shouting at their Alexas like, "Alexa, turn on Rolling Stone." It was actually activating my nervous system. I'm a little bit infamous in some circles for a incredibly ecstatic, transformative experience that I went through. Everything that I was experiencing was giving me the maximum amount of pleasure possible, to the point where I became extremely multi-orgasmic.
I'm pretty sure it's a medical condition.
Yes, actually, if you're overly sensitive, you're experiencing that many orgasms a day.
Yeah. I think we talked about that once on the show, like someone who like was in school and they were like expelled because they just couldn't stop orgasming. Like orgasming 30 times a day. Like that's not healthy, dude.
No, it's like 30 times like in an hour.
Oh, Jesus. That causes like heart attacks, man. That's not.
Yeah, I can't tell if that's like pain or.
It's got to be pain. I mean,
I guess so. Yeah.
What would you rather have, that disorder or like a sex addiction, like a masturbation addiction?
That's why you always do the hard would you rather?
Oh no! Now I made you think.
Yeah.
Probably the first one.
I don't know if the first one is curable. Isn't there things you can do for?
Yeah, you just get your junk chopped off, become a eunuch.
Well, I mean, that I guess is the ultimate one.
Shave your head and change your name to Varys.
Game of Thrones.
Hey, it's got to do it for the realm.
Yeah. All right, more of this.
I did it for the vine.
And I was breathing and
winding up.
Trying not to break.
That's something we don't usually see.
Oh, that's when you know he's still getting under his, he's still getting used to it.
Yeah.
Like,
acclimated.
Yeah, he broke.
This is how you can tell this is like one of the first ones that he did. Not used to it.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Is she calling a fucking parakeet?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not Wilt Chamberlain. I haven't had sex with 1,000 women, but my God, I don't think that's normal.
Can you imagine if you were laying with that and then she did that?
Definitely would not be letting her sleep the night. I'm going to call you an Uber.
She knows how to party.
Well, she knows something. She knows something.
All right. More of this.
Well, that's a pretty good sample.
That was beautiful.
One more.
Extra dimensional or interdimensional beings, I think, surround us at all the time. Crashes happened at Raw.
Oh, if you're not watching the video with us, this is two elderly people. They're artists,
all in white,
and they're probably the most normal looking people that you're going to see at Burning Man.
On the outside. Outside.
You don't have to talk to them. You can just walk by them and be like,
okay.
Either these people didn't get the memo or they're complete psychopaths because they're dressed like normal human beings to some degree. Yeah, you're right. They're wearing all white. Alex and Allison Gray, artists. Here we go.
Or interdimensional beings, I think, surround us at all the time. Crashes happened at Roswell and shit. All that stuff was real. Government's been trying to cover it up, just like they are lying about the drugs. That's why I think we're here. I want a world where my grandkids can trip.
What do you think about the idea of an infant microdose?
Microdoses are great, I don't know. Family that gets high together gets by together.
I think if...
What do you think?
That's a great fucking...
That's a t-shirt.
Oh, print it.
Family that gets high together gets by together.
What do you think? QAnon guy at this point? I mean, this was 2 years ago, almost.
I don't...
He's got those conspiracies. He believes in aliens.
Yeah, but the QAnon's more about the deep state and like democratic baby sacrificing. You know what? He probably is that crazy. Yeah, he's QAnon.
Yeah, because I feel like the people who have fallen victim to the QAnon beliefs, it was like a gradual thing. Like it just happened over time, right? Like at least like there was some logic before. And then just like in the last year, they just spiraled out of control and now believe.
There was never any logic. They hid the psychosis underneath some sort of logic about kids being sex slaves. And then everybody else was realizing, oh, it got big enough to realize, oh, the sex slaves are from an underground pizzeria that doesn't have a basement. The fuck out of here.
And it's just realizing that, hey, there's other people just like us that are believe this shit. I'm like, no, it's other
chodes.
It's other people that are just as screwed up as you. You're just more comfortable coming out with it now. I love the people too, the hardcore believers that still think that Trump is going to take office soon.
Oh yeah, now is what, April 10th? Is that the new date now? It's like moving the goddamn apocalypse. Like the rapture's coming on May 15th, and then it didn't happen. Like, oh, the rapture's coming on October now.
Right.
Fuck you.
Like the winter solace or whatever in 2012.
Yeah, the Mayan calendar.
The Mayan calendar, yeah.
Didn't he just come out saying something like he said something like the protesters didn't do anything wrong and they were perfectly fine or something?
Yeah, whatever. It's just him being a dick.
I think he said that even before, like when he released that statement and he's like, "I love you all, you're great people, but you need to go home." I saw he was like a wedding guest at Mar-a-Lago, I think, this weekend, and I guess was invited to speak and use that as his platform to start spitting licks, start spitting his conspiracies. It's like, dude, these people just want to get married. You weren't even invited to the wedding. You just showed up. Go back to your room, sir. We have to take you back to your room now.
It's over. The movie's over. Go home.
All right, more of this. It looks like he's wearing his suit now. I don't know. That looks like
Kinda
a suit.
does look like it.
Yeah.
All right, more of this.
If everyone took acid on this planet, there would be no war.
So do you think if Hitler had microdosed, it would have saved 6 million Jews?
I can't rewrite the past and I can't predict the future, but perhaps it would have helped.
I'm Pillow and I'm from San Francisco. So first of all, like, LSD has a euphoric component. It's like diving into a deep pool of what the fuck. It's like infinite use, infinitely coming everywhere.
Is there a best sexual position for spiritual connection?
Missionary's nice, you see their face. Cowgirl's nice too, same reason. Chained to the bed, like spread eagle thing, works pretty well. Rope play or mild, like restraint play, it breaks space-time.
That dude's got some front butt, let me tell you. If you're watching the video.
Like the fupa.
Yeah, if you're watching the video. Yeah, dude, that
the gunt.
What do you think he's hiding under there? Snacks? Bottles of water? It is the
Cheetos.
desert. Yeah.
What kind of snacks, though?
Women, children. That's how he smuggles things. Under the fupa. What kind of snacks? I don't know. Cereal.
Cereal.
Yeah.
Rye cereal.
Full circle.
He's just picking it.
It's like snacks.
He's picking Frosted Flakes out of it. Oh, God.
With tits like that, I'm sure you can lactate.
It's lactose free. It's actually lactate. It's what the LSD does to you. All right, more of this.
You don't just have an orgasm, you have infinite orgasm. Because like, oh fuck yes, baby, fuck, oh.
What is with the orgasms?
I definitely met gods. Feel like it's a little bit too sacred to be doing on camera. Hey, what's up, brother? This is my boy Kimbo Slice.
One of the craziest things that happened on some shrooms is called penis MB.
All right, so Andrew's wearing his suit now. It doesn't look like
no shirt though.
No shirt, but he's wearing the suit. Very, very large man shows up with boobs, not censored, unlike the video we watched earlier. Yeah, this dude's naked. It just got a large naked man just walking around. That sounds like the Burning Man I've been told about.
Is that a thing?
Just getting naked at Burning Man?
Yeah, people just naked everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, at Burning Man, it seems like you can do whatever as long as you don't like rape anybody.
Okay.
Basically, yeah, there's like one rule. Yeah. Make sure it's consensual and then you're good.
Don't be walking around with a fucking an erection. How about that?
I mean, they probably do.
God, that would just be weird. That'd be fucking awkward. That's why I never want to go to a nude beach, you know?
I mean, that's where you put your towel, right? It's right on the edge.
Now, I've gone to Martha's Vineyard a lot, and the area, it was, I forget what it's called now, but it used to be called Gayhead.
Still called Gayhead.
There's a nude beach, like part of it's a nude beach, and I've walked the full length of it. And once you get into the nude beach part, I mean, it's all just old people. There's nobody attractive, but like, it always makes me wonder how are these people just walking around just flaccid? Like,
because it's a bunch of old people.
Yeah. The blood is elsewhere.
I mean, it's not like it's just all old people. I've seen younger people walking around, but still, it's like, I don't know. I just, male psyche, I'd be afraid. Being at a nude beach, I'd be afraid to like just drop trow and then notice I'm at, 7 o'clock.
I mean, I don't think they would notice, Jack. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah. Do you go to a nude beach and just stare at everybody's junk, or do you just like try to avert your eyes? Like, I don't know.
I mean, it's hard to get a boner when you're anxious. Remember your first time?
I drank a lot of water first because I thought that would help.
And then you just had to pee. Am I supposed to pee in there?
A hell of a UTI. Oh. Not for me. Not for me. But all right. More of a large-breasted man.
I had the best shit of my life. Like, that shit, it was unreal. I was just like, and it just kept coming. I was like, oh. I mean, I've had good shits before, but this was by far the greatest shit ever. Like, the shit was amazing. Like, I did access my childhood at one point.
We're at the Burning Man.
Hold on, I can't tell. Is he talking about drugs or sex, or actually taking a shit?
I think that's the question, isn't it? That's the question of life.
I can't tell what he's talking about. Oh, I paused it in an unfortunate spot. Hey, he's got the old snack shack too.
Yeah,
there you go.
I like the next guy's hair.
The pineapple guy.
Yeah.
This is my boy Kimbo Slice.
All right, pineapple guy coming up.
At one point.
We're at the Burning Man 2019. My first burn, but I love it. My name is, you can see, Pineapple. So.
Is it? Even his hair, his head. I love it. Pineapples everywhere. Jesus. Even his shirt.
It's great.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to rep the brand. Hello.
Went to high school with this girl who just like, I don't know if she had like a medical condition or if she was literally just this stupid, but she, like in the town I grew up in, Nate, you know this, really the only place you could work was Stop and Shop.
Yep.
And this chick worked at Stop and Shop for, I think, just a brief period of time, but she's working as at the cash registers, which, why would you put her in behind one of these? Someone bought a pineapple and she like was holding it, and she looks up at the customer. She's like, "What is this?" And she's like, "It's a pineapple." And she's like, "What's a pineapple?" Chick literally didn't know what a pineapple was.
Wow.
Had never seen a pineapple. Had never heard the concept of a pineapple.
This doesn't look like any apple I've seen.
She also questioned why the state of Rhode Island had their own license plates, but the town that we grew up in didn't.
Oof.
Yeah, she doesn't know what a pineapple is.
I don't know if she's better or worse than the chick that was in my college class, my college history class, who didn't realize the Titanic was a real historical event. She thought it was just
well, how can it be a historical event if they filmed the movie on it?
Yeah, exactly. She thought it was just a movie. She didn't realize until
Jack.
Until we started covering the early 20th century and mentioned Titanic. She's like, wait a minute, this is real? Like, are you kidding? How do you
documentary?
How do you get anywhere in life? Like, it's one thing to believe that 9/11 was staged, but another thing to not realize that the Titanic was an actual thing, an actual event.
Jet fuel doesn't melt steel.
Controlled dynamite explosions.
There was a video
Trade Center 7 building was never touched. It was a demolition.
All right, let's wrap this up with Mr. Pineapples here.
Soft and sweet inside, always juicy. Lifestyle. I like licking ears. Like, I'm really into when somebody licks out my ear. In a good hotel, on acid, with a lovely girl.
You do any rapping?
No rapping at all.
Shit, with that hairstyle, you could be a famous rapper, man, in America.
Really?
Hell yeah, dude. Burning Man.
He's not wrong.
The licking of ears, yeah, that's just bizarre. Okay. But
fifth input, man.
But that dude looks like was it Kid and Play? One of them had hair that looked like that, and I don't think it was Kid. It might have been Play.
Okay, I don't remember.
You can't separate them out. It's Kid and Play, so I don't know. It's like,
neither. Okay, but Kid definitely had the hair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The high top.
Yeah. All right. I don't know who I'm thinking of with the pineapple head then, but there you go. There's All Gas, No Brakes at Burning Man 2019. Does it make you want to go to Burning Man now?
No.
Okay. Nate, you don't want a little adventure in your life?
I feel like I'm weird.
Enough as it is.
I would like fit in there, but like I don't. It just seems like a lot of work.
I like that. Okay. Well, let us wrap with that. Mike, Nate, thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
I guess thank you for helping us ring in 12 years of our podcast.
Wow.
12 long years, and you guys have been here for almost all of them.
It's true.
Yeah. Jesus, man. 12 fucking years. I didn't want to make a big deal out of it because 12 is just kind of like a insignificant number, you know?
Yeah, I guess so.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
It's kind of like, hey, your 21st birthday is great. And then you turn 22 and you're like, well, what the hell? Nothing happens.
12 is the last year that you're not a teenager, I guess.
Oh, does that mean
crazy?
Does that mean
right?
So like starting next year, this podcast is going to develop horrible acne and an attitude problem?
Yeah, and start feel weird feelings in the downstairs area.
This podcast's been masturbating every day.
Yep.
Goes into his bedroom and locks the door. It smells like bleach in here.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for listening. We will talk at you next time. See you, bye.
Okay, this is scary. See, one time Randy Beeman was asleep and he heard a scratch, scratch, scratch on the window. And he woke up and nothing was there. So the next night he heard a scratch, scratch, scratch on the floor. And he woke up and there was nothing there. And so the next night he heard scratch, scratch, scratch on his bed. And he woke up and you know what it was? His mom's Lee press-on nails had come alive and they were after Randy Beeman. Ah! Okay, bye.